colita, danser collé, colita.
Yeah.
Allons danser, colita, parce
Good
que
idea.
sa mère n'est pas là.
Hello.
Hi, Marlon. Come on in to the Umbrella Cover Museum. This is the world's only museum of umbrella sleeves. As you can see around here, I've got gigantic ones. I've got small ones. I've got all shapes, sizes, colors, designs, and biggest news, I have the Guinness World Record.
Oh wow, yes, I learned
This
that
is
through your
so
email.
exciting. I know. 730 umbrella covers we counted last July, and there was no one else trying for that record, which is okay with me. I don't mind no competition. But I'm so thrilled. They actually rejected my application for 3 years in a row, and finally said, okay, go ahead and count umbrella covers. So we did it, and then they approved the world record.
Wow.
I know.
And so like this, tell us a little bit where we are, you know, like tell us a little bit of context.
This
and,
is an island in Casco Bay, Peaks Island, Maine, which is just off the coast from Portland. So it's a 20-minute ferry ride.
yeah,
You
over
do
there,
have to
you
take
can
a
see
boat.
Portland over there.
Portland, right? The water is right there. And it's a beautiful, idyllic place to be in the summer and
Yes.
part of the year. It gets really cold and wintry in the
Yeah.
winter. Some people like it.
Yeah,
Not my cup of tea.
like Portland.
So
yeah,
it's
is
like
quite
Portland.
big.
Portland's a great small city
Yeah.
in New England, and it's a lovely summer trip to come up here and do a day on Peaks Island and ride bikes around. Pretty low key down
Yeah.
here.
And
Yeah.
then you came here and suddenly had this idea
Yep,
of...
I'm just gonna close the door.
And have this idea of creating an umbrella cover museum, or how? What
Well,
is this?
it started out. Actually, I could show you. You know, it started out when I just had a couple umbrella covers lying around the house.
Yeah, I
that
normally lose them all the time.
right. Either people lose them or they don't use them. Those are the two primary things. I'd say about 17% of the people that come in here use their umbrella covers, and those are very neat people, and they're actually surprised that people don't use them, which surprises me because you can't usually get them back on the umbrella. So I had a few of them lying around, and I just looked at them. I said, oh, these are kind of cute. I wonder why I kept them. You know, it was like you sort of mindlessly throw them in the closet, and that's what happened. And then I thought, well, I wonder if other people keep their umbrella covers. So I started asking people. And frequently people would go to their closets and bring out a couple umbrella covers and hand them to me and say, oh, here, do you want them? And I would say, oh, okay, I guess so. So finally I would say, well, where did you get them? Or, you know, what happened? This one is from Larry Smith, who's a fantastic piano player in Key West, Florida. And he and his mother were standing by his coat rack, and he said, well, here are two umbrella covers. He took them right off his umbrellas. People don't usually do that. But, you know, that it just has a little story that they're people I know from Key West, and he's a great musician. So then I would have to put a note with it like that says who it came from.
So you normally in all of them has a little bit of kind of reminder where it comes from, and, it has a story.
So, and that is because our mission statement now says that the museum is dedicated to the appreciation of the mundane in everyday life. It's about finding wonder and beauty in the simplest of things, and about knowing that there's always a story behind the cover.
That's great.
So, you know, we like to have the philosophical end of it covered, and then you can just have a good time in here. I've gotten umbrella covers from 52 countries already so far. And most of them were people who have traveled to those places and brought back an umbrella cover from this particular region of the world.
How many do you say that you have in total?
Well, 730 was the world record. I have a lot more than that. There were 45 duplicates eliminated by the Guinness World Book people. I have quite a few handmade covers. They didn't want those. I had a lot of plastic cases or sleeves that I just didn't put in because I didn't get around to it. And now I've gotten a lot more. So like all the recent acquisitions, 2012 and 2013, are not necessarily in the world count. So I've got close to 1,000 cataloged umbrella covers. And we do now have to keep really careful track. And you can see that they have on them a label saying who they came from, and also their number, their acquisition number. This is the first one I got in 2000.
When did you open this museum?
The museum started 17 years ago in my kitchen when I had, a few, like
Here,
35
also in the island.
umbrella covers. National Public Radio heard about it right away and did a report. And then BBC Radio, so I like, whoa, I have something here. So I just kept going
it's
with
really
it,
amazing.
And
But you articulated it like that from the beginning with the
just about,
appreciation of the mundane.
Yeah, it was very soon after I started the museum that I realized what it was all about at a deeper level.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, at a tactile level, we have the petting zoo, where you can touch and feel the different fabrics. Try it, Marlon.
Yeah,
it's kind of a sensual experience.
Wow.
That's a velvet one that was made for me. And there's a knitted one that came with a poem. It's about how it's a snowbrella cover made by Barbara King. And then
this one.
there's a nice another handmade one that was for like somebody's golf umbrella or hunting umbrella. Yep.
You're Yankees.
New York Yankees, you have to give equal time to the Boston Red Sox,
of course.
We're in New England after all.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I've got exhibits organized, by the curatorial staff, which is me. This is controversial covers. The controversies involve what I'd call universal questions, like, does size matter? Is bigger better? Do good things come in small packages? Or as it says here, nella botte piccola c'è il vino buono.
And the small bottle is the
good wine.
The good wine.
Yeah, that's the Italian version. But that's an international, issue. All right?
And controversial.
Other controversies, this is one of the more interesting ones. Whereas this could be an umbrella cover, someone gave it to me for the museum. I thought it really didn't look like it was. And I put a golf club cover here for comparison. Someone suggested it might be for a small Torah scroll for one of the Jewish holidays. And there are a number of interpretations which are enumerated here.
Did you ask people? Or?
Here. Yeah, I've asked a lot of people.
Okay.
There have been all sorts of, as a wine cover. It could be a Hanukkah sock. That's one very popular interpretation. Yeah. So it's like a Christmas stocking for Jewish kids. So that's cool. Now, people sometimes are inspired by the museum to do works of art in umbrella cover style. Two people from Iowa City, for instance, decorated these with beautiful beading. And then I've gotten...
And they sent it?
And they sent it, yeah. They sent it in. And they check on it every once in a while when they're in Maine. This is a very clever design of a belt and kind of a holster called a quick release umbrella cover. Lance Henriksen is to thank for that. And then there are some which are also creative and very practical. This one is totally impermeable to water and is made from, let's see if people online can guess, it's cut from a much longer object that was red and useful in emergencies. It's a piece of a fire hose from England, Bristol, England, as it turns out. Yeah, made by Danny Munden, who is a fireman in Bristol. Speaking of the British, I've got a whole exhibit here called The British and Umbrellas. I'm going to bring up my picture here of my British friend. Because it rains a lot in England, the Brits have a good sense of humor, and I got some cool umbrella covers, and my friend Steve is also displaying his wares on Peace Island. And the British umbrella with a cover that I got. Kids have made umbrella covers for the museum, mostly out of very mundane materials, like a toilet paper holder, a magazine, and rubber bands. So, in the spirit of the appreciation of the mundane. This one is a kind of a cool one made by a girl with sea glass and beads that she's found on the island.
Wow. These are here that the kids of the island or some kind of workshop?
Oh yeah, it's island kids.
Yeah, but you have put them to play with the concept, or?
It depends.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes they're just inspired and they come back with an umbrella cover. Sometimes I suggest it to them. Yeah. But it's always wonderful.
It's interesting because, I always thought that, the umbrella is the magic. I always related with the idea with the Mary Poppins and the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, but when I think that also that's what it triggers, this fantasy, It's the cover, but it's not the umbrella in itself.
Right, and also the fact that it was this throwaway, sort of a detritus from the umbrella, and was kind of the lost second cousin intrigued me. Yeah. And the fact that it was commercially
it's
made.
It's like the mingle socks
and
or something.
So, yeah, right. Yeah, the lost sock of the material world.
Yeah.
The fact that it was manufactured and yet most people didn't use them, that intrigued me. So it's all been a very interesting journey. I've got my kid-friendly covers here, which, when I got the Harry Potter cover, that was pretty exciting. Kids like the Crayola crayon ones. This is a game called Pin the Cover on the Umbrella, where you can do like a pin the tail on the donkey. The kids get blindfolded and can win a prize if they get it right. The Weather Channel has also covered the museum.
That's great.
Right? Okay. And then there are like really serious covers. So I have different categories. The really pretty covers. Again, the curatorial staff makes these choices. I do have interns and docents that come in and help me with the museum. So if anyone wants to apply to be an intern and a docent, that would be great. I always need help.
Do you have a website?
I have a website, umbrellacovermuseum.org. And videos are up there. We did weather reports one summer. Those are really fun. And you can link to the different videos that have been done by other people, and I will certainly link to yours.
And what is the plan for the future of the museum? What is your development?
The vision. Well, after getting the Guinness World Record, I thought, where can I go from here? Around the world. That's where I want to go. So I would like to take the traveling exhibit first to England. I have visions of going to an art show, perhaps galleries, universities. There's a bookstore I've heard of there still. Yeah. So, I'd like opportunities to come to me that will allow me to go with the museum, do the tours for a week, say, do some music there, which I'm also
because you're a musician.
A professional musician. Yes. And we have a theme song. You'll get that at the end of the tour.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the experiential part of the whole museum thing. So that's what I'd like to do with it. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
You're
this
welcome.
Is so wonderful. And now we will have the song.
All right. Just let a smile be your umbrella on a rainy, rainy day. And if your sweetie cries, just tell her that a smile will always pay. Whenever skies are gray, don't worry or fret. A smile will bring the sunshine and you'll never get wet. So let a smile be your umbrella on a rainy, rainy day. All right. Thanks, Marlon. By the way, the adult area of the museum is here in the gallery annex.
In the annex?
And over here we have our R-rated exhibit of sexy umbrella covers from the lot of nice fishnet covers here. Ooh. Shiny ones, little mesh bags. This one is a silk cover from Japan. Very nice. And then, of course,
there's a kind of sensual.
Long zippers and leather. Here's the leather area. Yeah. That one was handmade for me by a woman in Key West. And, of course, then there's a lot of animal print going on up there. Okay, and then finally, this is probably the X-rated area, which is the Freudian and phallic nature of umbrella covers.
Oh, look, there's a Freud there.
Some people do call them umbrella condoms. Okay, I can't deny that.
It's great. Just you get cold.
Right, in case you get cold. This one is what really started it. I stole that umbrella cover from a store and I realized what I had done in a kind of a cathartic moment and said, oh my God, I have a thing for umbrella covers. Yeah. So I could either start Umbrella Covers Anonymous or a museum.
Yeah, but this is beyond fetish.
Thank you. I like that.
Yeah, because now, and who made this?
That was made by two puppeteers, actually,
right.
From Maine, Hans Wacker and Martha Feehan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, here we are, people.
All right.
Don't get so excited about this. Well, actually, it's really nice.
Actually, celebrate the mundane every day.
Well, thank you again.
Thank you.
Yeah. What do you think about the museum?
Very nice.
Very interesting.
It's kind of dark.
Yes. Very interesting. Yeah?
Yeah, it's like, why do you think it's interesting?
I've never seen anything like it before.
If you're an artist.
I ask for donations. And yes,
you
thank you very much. Right, exactly. And we do have a little gift shop right here in the corner. The gift shop sells umbrella cover museum items, hats. These say "Celebrate the Mundane," or T-shirts. My book,
cool.
Uncovered and Exposed, is available through the website. It's fully illustrated, color pictures. Oops, there's the condoms, and good stories. Good stories that go with the umbrella covers. I've got items for sale. Some of the music that I do with my klezmer band, the Casco Bay Tumblers, and I also sing cabaret. Wow. There's a rainy day CD that is guaranteed to cheer you up from the very cloudy, stormy weather to singing in the rain.
Okay. So, well, that's good. And can the people find these items in the internet? Can they email you or in the website, etc.?
Yeah, if they have trouble finding them, just email me.
Okay. And you have the website.
Then I have a website. Yep.
All right.
So great.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.